Hello friends and welcome back. Today I'm going to be setting up June in my Wonderland 222. This is the undated version, A5 size. So my favorite planner so far. Like out of all the planners I've ever owned, this one so far is the one that is just making my heart the happiest. Been in it for almost a complete month now, for the entire month of May, and I can say that it is an absolute game changer for me personally. Love, love, love this planner. So definitely going to be doing this one in 2026. But first things first, I'm going to be using my own subscription. This is the June subscription that came out May 1st. So, you know, I always ship the month before that it's actually the month of. So that way anything in here that says June is obviously relevant to June, including your date covers. So I have both versions here. I've got the premium matte and the washi because, well, I can, they're mine. So I'm going to probably mix and match a little bit. I've also got the vellum. There's two sheets of vellum, so I'll show you how I'm going to be using those. I've got the little freebie pack of stuff here to play with. And then there's a few other things that I'll pull in as we're going, and I'll tell you what they are, where I got them from, if they're from my shop or from another shop, but we'll see where we end up. So the way that I start figuring out exactly what I want to do in this planner, because I did get an undated, I did a setup video showing you exactly how I put it together. And so I'm just going to do a quick flip. If this is your first time seeing this, I have the yearly overview calendars that I took from Hemlock and Oak. Then I've got basically my setup is using, this was the subscription from the month of May, which is the, oh yeah, the Novel Brew. Yep. Just like totally, I have Lily's Diner on the brain, and so the name just like totally escaped me. And then this is like a yearly overview kind of a thing where I have a key on the side here that I just basically like highlight and put in certain things that I need to remember. So when it gets to like here, I know I have bills due and they're the gray ones. I know birthdays are the pink ones. I know paydays, you know, that kind of stuff. And then these are weekends, so I know what the weekends are. This page right here is kind of already done because I had to kind of get myself set up for the month of June. This is a quarterly, so here we're on Q2. Well, this is my Q2. I know that they're different, but because I started my planner in May, I made this my Q2. So it's May, June, and July. So I've got my little June header in here, and then I started writing down some of the important things here. And then I may or may not put some deco because I did have quite a bit to write this time. Maybe I'll put the deco over here. I don't know yet. We'll see. But that is that part. Then we're going to need to set up the June. This is all of my trackers. So this is everything that I track, and then how many, some things are just X's, like I did it that day. Some things are actually hours, like how many hours I spent doing that. So we do need to set up for the month of June. And I like this little notes section down here and having just like a little bit of a deco on the side. So I'll probably do something similar, but just kind of maybe flip flop it. So the deco's on this side and my notes are on this side, just to kind of keep it even looking. Then we are going to go to the monthly. So at the end of every month, let me get to it. At the end of every month, there's like an end of the month section, and I decided that I really like this right here. I want to attach the vellum here and then clip in the June tag from Cloth and Paper, because I just really love the way that that looks and it makes my heart happy. So instead of having an end of the month wrap up, which I don't really need, I'm actually going to decorate this page, and then this is sections. There's 4 little sections. Last month I did socials, budgets, my bills that are due, and my goals for the month. And then I had like this little section right here, kind of all divided off so that I could put notes. You can probably see that here with the washi paper strips in the middle. So I might do something similar to that. I also forgot to grab my highlighters that I want to use for this month and check them to make sure that they are the right pink to go with this. So let me do that real fast. I'm pretty sure that these are the 2 highlighters, but it would probably be a good idea to just check the color real quick. Let me grab a notepad, or here, this is the Cloth and Paper thing that came in this month's subscription. So let's see what, I think that'll be okay. I would like it to be a little bit darker, but I'll live. It's okay. It's good. I just don't want the pink to be too pink. See, that's really pink, but I think it's a good pink. I think it goes pretty well with this kit. So I think these two highlighters are probably going to work for this particular setup. And if you're curious, because you want to follow along, this one here is, oh boy, it's not going to tell me. There's no color on it because it's in, this is one of the ones from Japan. So it's just Japanese writing. I can't tell you what that one is. But this one is beige. So there's beige and then there's this like baby pinky color. There's another pink that they have that is much, much, much brighter. You could also maybe go with this one if you're a Tombow user. I'll bet you this one would work as well. Let me see. So if you're a Tombow person, actually this is a better pink than that one. I might stick with this one. So this is the Tombow 772. So if you were subscribed when I was doing pens, you would have gotten that one from me. So it should be in your stash. So that's this page right here, and then you move into the monthly, and I want to do my monthly the same way because I just loved the way it looked. This is how the monthly overview looked. I loved having this strip of vellum, even though I put it upside down. Don't look at that. I loved having the strip of vellum and some of the florals in here, and then marking off with the washi strips. Like these, where it's marked off here are my days off, so that I know just at a glance that I'm off on this day, right? Then the weeklies are going to be set up very similar to this, where I just do a little bit of deco so that I can kind of play around with it. And then you get into the dailies, which just absolutely love, 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 love the way it looks. I don't always just use my kits, but this is another one of my kits right here. And so we will start June on the actual June because we're still, this is still May. So I have in here up to what's the date? 18, wait, what's the date? So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I have up to the 21st done in here. The rest of this will be done with another kit, not with this one, because this one starts here. So the June dailies start here. All right, that's that. So let's move to this page right here, and we will start working on this one. I use these little tabs. These tabs right here are from Jane's Agenda. She sends them out every once in a while, and I believe I have like 3 or 4 different colors. So that's what these are, the page flags in Rouge Pink, and I like them. So it just makes it easy for me in this planner because I have the monthly, I have the months here set up, but this is actually the actual monthlies. So it's not, and the pages that come right before the monthly. But when you get down to the dailies and the trackers and stuff, I like having these little tabs that are not permanent because you change the day that you're on all the time. So you're not, I don't want something permanent to tell me, oh, this is where the trackers are, because it's just going to take me to the first tracker rather than if I take this right here, say we were on, like it was, let's go down here and say we were on October, and you have your little page flag here to grab it. You know when your book is closed, okay, here's where I need to be to write, without having to it being on the first page telling you that these are the trackers, and now I got to flip until I get to the right month. It seems silly, but when you're just trying to put down information and get things done, it's much faster if you just have a plan, if you have a goal. Okay, so this little baggie has some fun little things in it. So I'm going to pull these out. So there's your vellum sticker, and then these, which are the June headers. And then we've got some little fun little things. And then these are the cards, the 2 cards, one of which has the month of June on it, and one of which just has decoration and some things, or you can just do deco. So there's those 2. So we can switch out the cards in the front. So I'm just pulling everything out so that I can see it. I know where everything is. Now here, one of the things that I've been doing with the vellum, so what I'm probably going to do is start by doing my full sheet so that I know what I have left over. So maybe I will switch to that real quick, rather than, so let's do this one first. That way I can cut it down and I know exactly what I have left over on this sheet to use in my other sheets. So in this particular planner, which it is A5 size, but I don't know if the inner pages are the same exactly the same as like a Hobonichi or not. I didn't really sit down and measure it out very well, but this is 8.25 tall by 5.75 wide. So I'm going to do the 5.75 wide first and have this strip be what I want it to be able to be used as a strip. So it'll make sense in a minute. I promise it'll make sense in a minute. So I'm going to save that. And then we want to do 8.25 tall. So I want to make sure that I get my characters in here so that they can be on the page. So I'm going to do it that way. And then we have this piece that we can use. So you'll see there's a method to my madness, I promise. And then I can take this little piece off. And what I use in my planner is double-sided tape. I think this is just slightly bigger than I want it to be because I don't want it to get caught up in here. So I think I'm just going to take one little piece off. It will go this side so I don't cut any more buttons off. I feel like it just needs to be a teensy bit, just a teensy skinnier. There, that's better. And then I'm also, one more thing, hold on. Okay, I'm also gonna take my little corner rounder and I'm gonna round, if it'll do it. Sometimes these corner rounders don't like cutting through thin paper like this. Oh, it did good, it did good. Sometimes especially if it's like a plasticky kind of paper, corner rounders don't really like that. But this one, if I can get it in there in the right spot, this one works great. Maybe. There we go. So this is, that's what it's called, if you want to look it up. I honestly don't remember where I got it. I have no idea where I got it, but I use it all the time. Okay, so double-sided tape. This is the kind I use. Get this off of Amazon. It comes in like an 8-pack or something like that. So you have quite a few of them when you order it in the 8-pack. And because I use it so much, I don't mind buying 8 of them at a time. And then I don't want it to bubble in the middle. So I go around all the edges. And then I'm going to line it up on this edge here. And just lay it down. Oh, that is so cute. I love that. Love, 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 love. And then I've got my June card here. And one more thing is I did buy some more of the clips. I know this seems like an excessive amount of clips. I do have a lot of them, but during sales, I think what I'm going to do is start clipping your freebies with these clips so that you guys can have them. They're really low profile. They work wonderfully. I love having them in my planner. They are like the best paper clips ever. So you'll probably be seeing them in your orders when we have sales and stuff. I'll just start clipping them, but they are my favorite. I love using them. And they have like a little pointer on them, so you can kind of slide it. So you can kind of slide it to whatever week if you wanted to be that extra. But there's that. And I'm going to put a little decoration on it because because I want to. I think I'll put this. I just like putting this on here because I'm going to keep these cards afterwards, put them in my big book. I don't know if anybody has seen my big book lately. But my big book, I keep all of the collections in it. So at the end, what I'm going to do is like when May is over, I'm going to take May, this card, and I'm going to put it in that book where I keep this collection so that I have it and I can refer to it as like a part of, okay, this was part of June 2025. Hopefully I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. But let's put those over to that side. Then on this side, what I did last month, because last month was perfect. It set it up perfectly. So I'm not going to break what's not broken or fix what's not broken. So I did the washi, and then all I did was use my highlighter pen on each one of these, and then I put the actual like scripts over them, and I have the scripts in my book off to the side, and then I did just a little bit of decoration on here. So I think what I'm going to do is the same thing. This time I'm going to take the June. It's going to go on the top of this right here. And then let me fish out my washi strips out of this. All right, here. And then I'm going to grab the skinnier washi strips. There's another page in here that has more washi strips that are even skinnier. Like if these ones are still too big for you, they are, I tried to make them as close to these squares as far as like the size goes for the skinnier ones, so you can see that it kind of fits right in between. I know there's a lot of silly detail that goes into trying to perfect your kits to work what's best, but so there. I'm gonna take that off because I don't need it. I didn't know what to do with these. This is paper. These were from Cloth and Paper, and they were in one of the subscription boxes, and it's paper, and I wasn't really sure what to do with them. And then I started using them in here to just like remind myself to do certain things, and they're awesome. I love them. They work really well. This is probably not quite long enough to go here. No, it's not. We'll save it. We'll save it for another one. So while I'm putting this down, I can tell you that I got this up considerably later than I wanted to. It has been like crazy busy around my house this month. I think I said something about it during in the Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, I'm sorry. I would love for you to come and join my Facebook group, and then you can hear my sob stories about why I'm so far behind on everything. Not really. It's not really a sob story. I did take on a little bit more than I expected to this month. So yeah, I won't be doing that again, but I did spread myself a little bit thin. So I haven't had a chance to do a lot of the things that I had planned to do this month because of other things taking precedence. And this was one of the things that kind of got put off to the side. So with that being said, we are at if you're watching this, you may be watching it a little bit late. If you're not seeing it right when it goes up. And I do apologize, but the subscriptions are probably closed by now. But if you go back and you check my website, you'll see anything that I had left over, I did put up as single sheets. So just like all the other shops do, when their subscriptions are over, they put the subscription extras up and you can purchase them individually. So I did the same thing. So anything that's left over, if you're seeing this right when it comes out, there's still a few subscription spots available if this is something you find interesting and you want to purchase. If not, and you just want to get a couple of the sheets that you see, or you just want to test it out and try checking out just like a couple of pages, whatever extras I have will be up to purchase separately. So you will be able to get those. And I just put my socials. So these are also in my shop. And these, I have them in alphabetical order, so you would think it wouldn't be so hard for me to find what I'm looking for, but you know, it's me. It's me. And this book is an old book. If you're looking at it, wondering where you get this, it's an old one from Michael's, and it's just an old photo album. So it's not anything super exciting. It's not anything I carry in my shop. It's just old photo album that just happens to be perfect for what I need it for. It was their little Paris one. Yeah. It works wonderfully for what I need it for, which is just put my scripts in it. Okay, so we have socials, we have budget, bill due. And we have budget. Oh Lord, who knows where I put budget? things are kind of, oh, there it is. I added stuff to my script list after I'd already put them all in this, and I was being lazy and I didn't want to have to redo it, so I just started stuffing them behind. So yeah, that might not always be right where I think it's supposed to be, but I'll find it. And then goals. So, oh man, washi paper, guys. Be careful of the washi paper. It's so delicate, but I absolutely love it. On a good note, I was able to order more washi paper, so we are fine. We will be able to have plenty of stock to get by for a while. I just have to wait for it to come in, and then I might make some changes to what things are available on washi paper again once I get them all here, and I know that I won't run out, because I wanted to make sure I had washi paper for subs. Oh, that's cute. I think I want to do one of those down here. Which one did I do? That one seems bigger. That one seems smaller than these. Which one is that? Oh, ha! Here it is. It's this one right here. I told you, I want to just copy what I did last time. That is so cute. It is so cute. This is so bright and fun. I love, 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 love this so much. Okay, for the, I think what I want, these are new. I just added them this time. I wanted to see how it would look if I put down like a solid behind one of these. So I think I'll do this one and like this one, like a little sign hanging there. And I have somewhere in this little mess, I have lots and lots of these little florals that I drew. So I was thinking I would just kind of decorate around these little spots like this. Let's do one on each. All right, this page is set up and ready to go. Happy, I'm happy. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I just wanted to get that done so that we have something to work with later on and I don't end up cutting my vellum too short to where I can't like go back, and I can't go pick up another one because when I purchase the vellum, I purchase in bulk a certain amount just for each collection. And so what I have for myself is all. I can't just go grab some from a stack because it's actually connected to another subscription. So this is all I have. So I can't mess it up. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it in order. I'm just gonna put these little strips back because I'm sure there'll be another place for me to use them. All right, then we can start working on this page right here. So I think I'm going to change up a couple of things that I do up here, but I won't fill that out now because that's not like super important. But I think what I want to do is the same thing on this side. I didn't do any quote sheets this month, so there's none of that. But what I tend to do is just rip, and since I want it so I can see the lilies, I'm going to do it like this time. You can see I didn't have much notes to put here, so I'm not super worried about not having a lot of space for the notes. So I'm going to put this down on this side. No quotes this time, but I do have, I think somewhere around this little mess, I have my my books that have the black and white. Where did I put it? I thought it was like right here, but I'll have to go on a hunt. So we can put that down there. And then I want to, oh, here they are, right here. I got those. So I would like to use the vinyl in here somewhere. But no, not that. It's too big. That's too big. We don't want that. That's way too big. These is what I was talking about. So in my planner, I love, love, love using these quotes. I've got a couple of them. They're in, okay, well, I guess I need to find another place for these because these keep sticking to everything. I should just throw them away. I know. I should just throw them out. We'll just stick them on the end of the table. So this is what it is, and you can find them in both black and white. So I got them off of Amazon. Sometimes you can find them at Michael's. It depends on their stock, but I have 2 of them, and they're exactly the same. So when I run out of one, I have a second one. When I bought them, I bought 2 at the same time so that I would always have what I needed. So this is what I'm talking about, the quotes. So once I put down my actual artwork here, whatever I decide to put here, I'm going to use one of those quote things. And because I'm using this bright vellum in the background, I'm going to use premium matte on top. But if you don't have the premium matte and you just have it like this and you're copying, it's not going to be that dramatic. But I just happen to have the ability to do this, so I'm going to. This is what, and I want the coffee one because I think I want it here. Like that. We also have, oh, that would be pretty. Let's do this. If you like using both, I do have several people that have subscriptions that subscribe to both the premium matte and the washi. So they do have that option so that they can use both when they set up their stuff. So that's always an option. I want this right here. I think I'm going to use this bright blue one. And this time I think I'll just use a smaller. This one I use the alphas, but I don't want to use up all my alphas just writing notes all the time. I have other stuff. But I do have one, I think, LM and notes. I do have one like this that you can use. If you want to put that there, you can put whatever you want there. Important dates. There's like all kinds of stuff you could probably put in this little section, but I'm just going to go like that. There's that one. And then up here is where like you would just write down all of your stuff under June, and then your Monday, Tuesday, depending on what day the first starts. I think this month it's a Sunday. I think this month it's a Sunday that it starts on, and then you put all your stuff down, you have your little note section. That's all I need right here. I might put a character sticker there. I'm kind of going through my little stash here to see what I have. I don't think I did as many individual character stickers this time as I usually do, but this might be kind of cute to have that little extra. Just felt out of balance, like it needed something. And then let's find what quote. This is perfect. So this says, it's the little things that make life big, and tracking to me seems like a bunch of little things. So yeah, I like it. I think what I'm going to do is put it right here. There. Okay, so there's that one is set up. And next is the monthly. So what I wrote here was vellum sidebar, the June, I should say June monthly overlay, not July. Getting ahead of myself. I'm not ready. I am definitely not ready for July. I have family coming in August, and I have a lot of work to do before that happens. So I'm just going to make a little mark on here so I know where to cut it. I'll go right there. And I'm also going to find, I'm gonna have to pause the video for a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to stop the video and go look for something because this is what I needed. This is what I meant by July. I needed this. So this is from Hemlock and Oak. I showed it in my setup video when I was setting this whole thing up. So I needed the next month. So this is June. I like to have like the next month ahead so that I can look at it, and if I have to plan anything while I have my calendar open, I can see next month ahead. So that's why I have those. And like I said, those were from, I shouldn't be doing this on my actual book. Hang on. Let me move this out of the way. So I don't want to get tape on the where I need to write. And then when it comes to like actually filling the calendar out, I'll just speed through that part, but I will do it on camera so that you can see what I'm using when I actually fill that part out. So this time we're not going to be upside down. We're actually going to be facing the right way. So for anybody that was curious about what kinds of things that you can use your vellum for, if you're using a book bound type of a planner, then you can use it this way. You can tip it in, you can use it to decorate, you can rip it, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can use it, like I said, as like a full page cover, as like a divider. If you're using it in like a disc bound planner, then you can just cut it to size and use it as a divider and punch your sides and then just tip it into your like disc bound planner or spiral planner. If you have a spiral planner, like you can use it for that. But I'm just going to show you a few different ways that I use it, both decoratively and as like a full cover. So I think what I'm going to do is just set it right at the tippity top. And I did print this on washi paper, so it is somewhat, you can still see the design behind it, and that's on purpose because I want to be able to see that, but I also want to be able to see what's underneath because I just love the way the pop of color is underneath. And I don't use the sidebar in here. My to-dos and all that kind of stuff are on other pages, which you'll see as we get to those actual pages where I keep all of that kind of information. This is just an overview of the entire month. And I am going to keep flipping back because I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything when I set it up. So I believe that the June starts on Sunday. So I won't be able to put that there. We may have to put that someplace else. So let's put, I think I want to do like just a splash of color behind. Where did I stick it last time? Did I use that top panel? I did. I used this area right here. You know what might be kind of fun? Well, we'll see. Anyways, we're going to do it this way. So I'm a Sunday start person. I know that probably irritates some people, but I am a Sunday start type person. So I'm going to grab the one that we're going to use. So you have a couple of choices in here. I make sure that there are plenty. So that's this one I use for my dailies. You have this, which is kind of bigger. So again, this is one that I use for my dailies. This is the one that I use for the monthly calendar because I like this size right here for my monthly calendar. So since it's a Sunday start, I'm going to throw Monday right there. And Sunday. This particular size works perfectly on A5 monthlies. It's not, they're not too long to where you have to cut them down or you risk having them like run across each other, which is another one of those things that just bugs the heck out of me. I can't handle it. And Thursday and Friday. This is probably going to be kind of a long video because we are setting stuff up. And Saturday. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, let me just look at when June starts, which would be on this calendar right here. June is on Sunday. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so I'm going to speed through this really quick so that you don't have to sit and listen to me blabber while I put these down. So just give me 1 second and I'll get all of these put down. Okay, I have all of the numbers down and I did mark off my paydays just to make life easier and you don't have to sit here and watch me struggle. So now I'm going to put down a couple of holidays in here, and I want, the way that I want to do it is put down like, I keep telling myself that I'm going to do a whole page of these and I never do. I just don't do it. I'm going to get around to it. I will. Because those are my absolute favorite. Absolutely my favorite. I'm going to use most of what's on that here in a second. And then I'm going to show you the numbers real quick. I'm just looking to see if somewhere, I could have sworn that I did put a couple more of these in here. So, I mean, I always have these. Oh, I did. They're on this page. Like, there's not a ton of them, but there's a few more. There's 4 more on this page and then 2 on this page. So you have 6 of them. But I wanted to use this one for Father's Day, which is the 15th. So let's put that right there. And then one of my son's birthday is the 25th. So these 2 I want to mark off. And I have this sheet is also in the shop with smaller holidays just to make it easier for you to put them on your, where's Father's Day? There it is. Just to make it easier to put them on the A5 size monthly calendars if you needed to. So we've got Father's Day right there. And then I have a bunch of birthday and anniversary at the bottom. There's birthday right there. Okay, put that away. So monthly is almost done. So the only other thing that I typically do in here, I also have a sale day coming up in here, so I need to put that down. But I mark off with the washi strips, and I'll show you which ones I use. I just mark off my, because I work a hospital schedule, these ones right here. These are a little bit skinnier. You can see here, this is how skinny these ones are. I use these to mark off my chunks where I have my big blocks of time off, just so that I can schedule around it as best I can. So that's something I'll do off camera. You don't need to sit and watch me do that, but just that's the only other thing that typically goes on this calendar, but I will work on that later on. And then we also have our June header, and I want to put something here. We have tons of space here because of the way June shakes out. And I guess I could have bumped this down a little bit and have the top empty, but I think what I want to do is this. But before I put that down, let's grab, I had another question about this. Like, what am I doing with the washi sheets? There's been a bunch of videos lately that I've been doing where I show you how I use my washi sheets. You can cut these with scissors. You can cut them with one of the things that you've seen me cut the vellum with. You cut it with whatever you want. So if you just want strips, or you can just come through here and rip, which is what I'm going to do right now if I can get it to come off. I should probably put an edge around this, but I just want you to have as much as possible. So putting like an edge, a cut edge around it and my logo on there takes away space where you could be using it. And it's part of the subscription. So, I mean, you know it's me. You know where it came from. Now, if I do put these up in the shop, which I do plan to put them up in the shop separately by themselves, they're going to have that, obviously, like the logo on it, just so that, we have so much room here and I just want to use it. Oh, let's use, oh, I don't know now. I'm not sure what I want. Hold on 1 second, because I kind of feel like I want to use that over the top of that. Let's see how that looks. Does this drive you crazy when people like are doing plan with me so they have stickers stuck all over them? I totally get it. I totally understand. Let's put it kind of like that. And then I want another one of these. Live every day with intention. I love these little quotes. Love, love, love them. So I'm gonna put that one's gonna go evenly right there. I love the way that looks. That is so cute. So cute. And then because it's sitting here, I'll put this one right here. And then I have a little section here where I can put notes if I wanted to, but I think that's good enough. Oh, except for I forgot to put the month on here. Sorry. I got distracted and now I don't know what I did with that sheet. So I'm going to use this one here and kind of put it up here. I feel like I want something under it, but I don't know what, so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to put it right there. Okay, there it is. The monthly is done. I'm not really digging this brown, so I think we're going to get rid of that one. And I know I have another brown. It's right here. This one might be too dark, but this is 977. We'll see. But I feel like this is a better brown than that. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Okay, we're done with that. So that's the monthly. And then let's move into the weeklies. Nope, that's the monthlies. Where's the weeklies? Oh, right here. Duh. The weeklies are right behind the monthlies in the Wonderland 222, unlike the Hobonichi where they're not. Okay. I don't think there's anything on here I need to use right now. All right, so for my weeklies, this is where I use, let me go back to here. I put this tab thing in here so that I could easily flip to it. But when I'm doing this, I like to put like a washi strip at the top. I like to divide because you can see here that I love putting the weather and then anything that's like stand out on top, like my work days, appointments, stuff like that. So that's going to be all up here. And then I kind of divide that section. Then I've got my sidebar, which I don't do a lot with because I do have my to-do list in my sidebar. And then I just kind of play. I kind of play around with the deco. So we're going to do the same thing again right now. And one of the sheets that I showed you earlier is the one that we're going to use for this right here. So for this bottom section, and I'm only going to do 1 week with you guys. I will go off camera, I will finish it, and then I will come back and do a flip through at the end. There's that one. So I use like the thinner ones here so that I have enough space in the top to do whatever it is that I want to do. And this week starts on a Sunday. So it's going to be, unfortunately, because my weeklies, so my monthlies start on Sundays and my weeklies start on Mondays. Because I like to have my weekends together. Because of my work schedule, it just makes it easier for me to know what weekend I'm working. It's not quite long enough to go all the way across, but you have this little tiny piece left over from the other page, so you can just use that to finish it off there. Okay, so there's that, and then on the top of it, I'm going to use the other, some other strips. So you have like a lot of different washi choices in here, but I think I'm going to stick with the black and white. If I can figure out where I stuck it. Oh, here it is. I put it out of the way because it was making such a, sticking to everything under the sun, so I stuck it out of the way. All right, these ones are longer, so you have plenty of space for these. Actually, I might be able to use something else for that. Hold your horses. Okay. So this is the top. I don't know what I did with my little, oh, there it is. This came from Cloth and Paper, and I use it in this book, but it also makes a good little washi cutter, so it's got a dual purpose. It works wonderfully, my little dual purpose thing. All right, these are these annoying pieces that were left over from earlier that I'm just going to put down so that I can get them out of my way. There's that one, and that's too small. Just grab this one. Right over the top. It's not very even, but it's on there. Good enough. Okay. Then up in the top, let me just flip back and make sure where I'm putting it, because I believe, yeah, I ran it right along the top. So on this particular one, you have, again, there's a couple of choices for your dailies, you can either use these, which I do sometimes. You can see here that I do use them, or I use the abbreviated ones. So when I get further in, you can see here that I just kind of abbreviated that one a little bit. I cut it down a little bit. So I do use them. But I think this time what I'm going to do is use the abbreviated ones, because it's just, I don't like having to, and you've got a whole month's worth of them. So you've got plenty of them to use. So this is going to start on the 2nd. I'm just going to lose a day, because I don't want to have to like lose an entire week. I don't want to double up May. And that's what I would have to do with the last week in May, is double it up if I wanted to have my Sunday on here, which I don't care. It's one day. And it's probably is already on the week before, because it ends on a Sunday. So I don't need it. And then Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, I'm only going to do one of these and one daily, because I know this video is going to get really, really long. And as I could do this all day, but I know that I will lose most of you very, very quickly. Whole nother set of numbers, and your monthly has a set of numbers. So you've got tons and tons and tons of numbers that you can use. Yeah, tons of them. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4. I already know what days I work this week, because I know this is a payday. And Sunday 8th. Okay. Here's the big test. Let's see if this is going to be like horrible or not. I mean, it's a nice color brown, that's for sure. But let's grab payday. And last thing I need is this one. I think I'll do this one in with the pink. So just a little smidgen. On payday weeks, I only work Wednesday, Thursday. There. All right, so that's set up. Now we can start decorating. So over here, I usually like put one of the, let's see if I can find them. This is what happens when you have a 17-page kit, is you have enough for an entire month, but you gotta make your way, through everything that you have to find what you need. Okay, that's right there. And then I put a this month, or this week, sorry. This week goes here. And I use this sidebar religiously, and it is, like I've said before, but in case you're new, it's where I put my, this has to get done this week list, but not know exactly what day. It just needs to get done. That's all. So there's that. And now we can have some fun and decorate the goodies. All right. I know I'm going to want that. That I'm going to want for later. This is for the daily pages. After I turn this camera off, I'm going to be sitting here finishing doing this. So I'm just kind of organizing my mess so that I can figure out what exactly it is that I'm looking for. I think this would be really fun, like right here, because I need to be able to write on my sidebar, but I'm pretty sure that the way, hang on one second. thought I had some more of this. This is a black and white one that I made. These are going up in the shop, I promise. They will be up. But what I wanted to do was just take like a little edge of this. It's probably plenty right there. And let's see. I have these too. This is what I was looking for. These guys. So I've got these and these. So I was thinking that maybe we could go like this. So I've got like this brown, just barely, like you can just barely see it splatter right here. And then take this one and go like this. And then take this one. This would be much easier once I get a blank one of these sheets. Use this side that the stickers were stuck to, and you can use that to help make your collage. That there, like that. What else do we want to put on this page? So it kind of starts right there, but it will continue. I just have to get to what I want for the flowers. So we have these flowers here. I feel like we could probably put another set on this side. I'm not sure if I want, let's stay with these. We'll stay with this one. Put this corner over here. And then this one. Okay, I'm a layerer. I love to layer stuff. These are from Lauren Phelps. Ooh, this library one would be fun. But these are also something similar is going to go in my shop here pretty soon as I get off my butt and get it done. I think I like this one. So we can have this here. Oh, we're not done. We're not done. I don't know what color foil I want yet, but we're gonna find a color that I want. I don't think silver. Do you think silver? I don't know. They're pretty bright colors. I think silver would work. So let's do some silver. Let's pull out a few little silver things. Because why not? Told you, I am like crazy with the layering. I love to layer. All right, so we have a few of these, and I kind of think, oh yes, definitely. I'm gonna put this here. Remember how I said foil was never, I was never gonna do it? Well, yeah, I might be. But they'll be more like this. It's not going to be on the actual stickers themselves. It'll be stuff that you can put on yourself if it's something that you want to do. It's not going to, definitely not going to be in the actual stickers themselves. But then, you know, I also said I was never going to have foil either. So yeah, don't listen. Just don't listen to me. You never know. You never know what I'm going to do. I like this one. It says, be awesome today. That is going to go right underneath the foil. There. Okay, so that is what I do. That's just the kind of like the craziness of me clustering and layering things is that's why I have so many things that I can use to layer, is because it is one of my favorite things to do. All right, let's see how you look. Ooh. I like that blue with the blue. So until I actually have a paper to layer on, because I always forget to not throw one away and just keep it. Let's go here. There's that one. And how about this? That's a cute little layer right there. And then we'll take one of these. And run it right across the middle. I don't know if you can see it very well because I'm not sure if the light is hitting it, but when you move it around, you can see it pretty well. The other thing that I have that was a part of one of your kits was this. So another thing that you can do if you really, really want to add like sparkles. I don't know how well you're going to see this because it is like, I'll put it up so you can see it, but you can add your own sparkles. This was in one of the kits that I sent out. This is a Jelly Roll Sakura, and it is in, I think this one's Moonlight. This is what the little thing on the end looks like, so you can see it. But if you don't have foil, but you want to add some, this pen works amazing over the washi stickers. So you don't have to have a ton of foil. You can have a bunch of different like highlighter pens or Jelly Roll pens that have the sparkle to them, but no color. And then you can also do it that way. So I think I just want one more smaller thing right here. So let me go through my little pile here and see what I want to put there. So I don't want it to be big because I've already got enough big things here, so I want it to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go through my pile, see what I've got. These signs are just, I love these signs. I feel like let's do it this way. So since I have this mess over here, see if I can find what I'm looking for. You're probably wondering right now how I actually managed to get anything accomplished with the amount of mess I have going on here. And good question. Good question. I don't know. All right, I don't know where that paper is. I'm not sure where that paper is. So, hang on. Okay, I was having a moment. I couldn't find this sheet. It was irritating me. So I'm gonna take the pink little pink thing right here. Go like this, and then I'm gonna take the Leafy Cola like that. That is so cute. I don't know where I'm going to put that yet. We'll figure it out though. I feel like it could go like that. Yeah, somewhere I'm probably going to put that and that together. I'll keep them together off to the side so I can play with them later on. And then I'm going to take one more of these. This one says Own Your Dreams. Put it right there. I am also coming out with a version of this because these are kind of thick. And although I love them, they are kind of a thick paper. So you are going to add some bulk. So I'm going to come out with some of these in washi with some fun quotes like this that you can use so that you have like a flatter surface. Because although I adore these stickers. They do have a little bit of a lip to them. So when you're writing on this page and you write over that, you're going to feel it. So your pen is going to hit that edge. So I am going to come out with some in the shop that will be on washi paper. So they'll be a little bit easier to utilize in your bookbound books. But if you don't care about that ridge, yeah, these for sure. For sure. Okay. I think that's enough on this first week, because if I put too much more on here, I'm not going to have any room to write, and actually do write on them, as you probably noticed. These are very full, so I do need space to write, so I'm not going to put any more, although I could sticker the heck out of this. I'm going to stop there and move on to one daily page right here. Start of the June dailies. Move that off to the side. Okay. I kind of feel like I want to make sure. So what did I say? Because I forgot to put the numbers on. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1. Okay, so this will be June 1st right here. So if we take this and we just make this like a decorative page and start June 1st over here, we could use another one of these, or we could use the full page sticker, this one right here, which I really love that. Really, really love that. How about we do this? Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. All right. What I need to do is cut off 2 strips that are about, that looks like it's about 1 inch. So let's do 1.5 inches. So we have some ripping room. You know what? Let's do 2 inches. That way we have plenty of ripping space. So we want that one. And then I'm going to do one from the back, from the bottom. I hate experimenting with my vellum because I don't have, like I said, I don't have very much of it, but I'm willing to give it a go. All right. And then I'm going to want to cut it. Let me just make a mark. Just bear with me, I promise. This is either going to be awesome or horrible, but it'll be something. It definitely will be something. Okay. And then this one is going to go right there. That's how I'm like my cheesy marking abilities. Okay, that'll work right there. All right. So, idea is to take and try to do it somewhat evenly if you decide to do this, because you can always use this on another page. So if you don't completely massacre it and you keep it somewhat even, now you have washi for another page, like a little strip for the bottom or the side. So keep all of your pieces, but I'm kind of thinking I want kind of an organic edge, so it's not like that. Oh yes, I think it's gonna be fantastic. Okay, where's my tape? Double-sided tape. Where did you go? Okay, right here. Okay. This time, oh, a little tip. I'll show you because I just did it when I was working on the monthly. Remember how I got tape on the monthly? And I said, oh, don't do that. You could totally do that because I'm going to show you. Watch there. I put a little bit of tape right there and I'm going to make it ugly and dirty. Ugh, ick, ick. It's ugly and dirty. I just found out a trick when I was putting the monthly together. If you do get tape, oh, did I not put tape right there? I didn't put tape right there. Okay, if you have a white eraser, it's gone. Just a little trick that I found out by accident. Oh, stop it. Stop. Bella. I don't know what she's barking at because there's no people outside. I'm looking out the window. There's nobody out there. Sorry, guys. Bella's barking on the other side of the door at something, and Sophie's in here with me. Okay, and then that right in the middle. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. It's gonna be so cute. And we're not done because we're gonna decorate it a little bit more because why not? Okay. My little guy won't come up. Stop that. So this is gonna go right in the middle. I ripped my little leaf there. It looks so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you know I'm going to do this. And this quote right here, I saw it earlier and I could not figure out which place I wanted to put it, but it says, be in love with your life. I think it's going to go right there. Oh, I love it. It's so perfect. That is so perfect. That's like the perfect way to start June right there. I'm super, super happy. Okay. And then this side, so the way I do my dailies, I don't know, let me pop back to one that you can see. The way that I do my dailies is I started causing ridges here. So I'm going to only use marker to, if I want to do any of the like dividing it. Let me show you a page where I actually did the dividing like this. I think I'm just going to use pen to do that so that I don't make that ridge because I was creating quite the bump right there. But I am going to do one of the washi strips this way and I'm going to use the pink one. But I think what I wanted, oh no, let's do this. Oh, let's do this one. Okay, so you got a little flower border. So I'm going to use the flower border in the middle to denote. So I do my pages top and bottom and a third. So I like, one of the things I love about this Wonderland 222 is that you can or can't do what you want with it, but you've got that line right there. And that line I love because it gives me a to-do section. So I have a place to put a list and then like an important section where like highlight something that has to get done today. And then the notes about the day underneath it. So that's typically how I use mine. But again, you could top and bottom, you could not have a line at all. You could do it however, whatever way you like to do it. It really, really doesn't matter. And then each one of these is just a section where you can play. So for me, typically what I do is I'll throw down a sticker. If it's not already collaged, like this is already a collage right there. If it's not already collaged, I'll put down like a little background and then I can put one up here in the top. As you can see, I'm trying to hurry because this video is really, really long and game night is about to start. So I'm going to have to get off and go do that as well. So we have that. And then I'll put something up at the top in the top corner. And then I take, which I already showed them to you, but here they are. So this is starting June 1st, which we already know is a Sunday. So I'm going to pop this up here like so. And then I'm going to grab a Sunday off of this sheet. And it's going to go right underneath it like that. And then there it is. Then the only other thing on these pages that I will do is either use one of the splotchy backgrounds and I'll put to do or important and then notes or today or something like that down here just to kind of block off the paper, and that's pretty much it. So this is how my dailies go. If you stay tuned for just a second, by the time I get this done and film it, yeah, I'll be able to do an absolute flip through and you can see how far I got and how I use the entire kit. So just give me 1 second, I'll be right back, do the flip through, and yeah, that's it. Okay, I have it all finished now, as much as I can do. So I used up quite a bit of my collection. So I don't really have enough to keep going in the daily section with the washi paper ones, but I still have a whole set of the premium matte. But I'm not a big fan of premium matte in these types of thin paper. I don't know, I just don't like the way it I don't mind using a few pieces here and there, but I'm not like a big fan of using like an entire collection of it in this. I would rather use it in like my cloth and paper like those kind of planners where they have the thicker paper, I actually like to use it in there. So I'm not going to use it in here, but I do have plenty of other collections to use in here. So I will go through and just show you if there's anything that I changed, which in here, all I did was I put these little tabs so that you could see. I just added what things I was thinking I was going to track, and I have 3 more spots here in case I change my mind. And then you already saw this. I'm pretty sure that I had that down when we finished this last one. Then we move on to the monthly overview goes here. I could take these off because I'm not gonna be writing in this just yet. I have the June card here. We did the vellum overlay on this page. It is taped, double-sided tape to the page, and then this is set up for the monthly overview. Then this is the monthly page. I think I pretty much had all of this in here when I left off in the last part, but then just adding like the sale day, paydays, birthday, you know, stuff like that on here. And then I did go back and put quite a few of these little word strips in here, or quote strips, I should say. And then these are the weeklies. This is the one that I did with you. And then the rest of them are finished. So the only thing that I did, like I said, I added quite a lot of these because I love them. I love the layering look. I put a lot of like background layering stuff in here. These will be up in the shop here pretty soon because I'm actually making them for another customer right now. And I'm going to ship them out with her order, even though they're not up. She asked me for them watching another video, and I'm gonna send it to her, but I will put them up. So these will be up, this background stuff, in probably by this weekend, hopefully by this weekend. So I do have a lot of foil on here. You can kind of take a peek in here and see where the foil's at. Let me do this and you can kind of see where I put the foil, my little foil overlays. So this is week 2. Week 3, same thing. I'll move it around so you can see where I added the foil details. And I used the silver, and then I think I snuck in a little bit of silver hollow in here as well, so it's not just silver. There's also silver hollow, but plenty of room for me to write around all of my little fun stuff. And these right here, I wanted to show you, these are from my friend Misty. And so I brought it with me so that I could show you. So this is Bless Your Heart stickers, and I love her splotches. Like, I love all of the, like, this has like a doodly look to it, and you'll see it. I used it quite a bit in here. As a matter of fact, there's one right behind that one. This is on washi paper. There's one behind here. I really, really, really like these little splotches that she did. And so I haven't even hauled her stuff that she sent me yet, but just to show you kind of an overview of the different types of layering swatches that she has in her shop that you can pick up and just have as like background pieces. I just kind of went through and picked out the ones that I thought would go best with this kit. But I did, when I ordered from her, I tried to order a lot of summery kind of colors, so that way I could use them all throughout the whole entire summer spreads that I'm doing. So you'll see those kind of laced in here, but I wanted to show you. That's Bless Your Heart stickers. She's on Etsy and she's an absolute angel. So go check her shop out. This page, again, this is like a whole underlay, and then I just put a floral on top of it, and then the rest of them have a little bit here and there along with my quote, the little quote strips. And then that is it. So this is the entire month of June's weeklies. And then for the dailies, you guys saw this page right here, which is just love, love, love. This is, I put a little thing, I just love this page so much. So this is my June opener, and then starts on June 1st, which is a Sunday. And then you can see kind of how I block out my pages. So up here is my to-do list. Kind of highlighting the important stuff, and then down here is notes on the day, and I kind of do that pretty much every single day. So you can see, like over here, I started running out of stickers, running out of the like the bigger things that I like to use. So I did this like collage thing on the side here where it's all of these right here is what, if you have like a Hobonichi Weeks, these are what size fit in a Hobonichi Weeks planner, but you can see that you can also use them. You just make like a little collage thing on the side. And underneath this is vellum. So I took a strip of vellum that I ripped and kind of made it all jaggedy. And then there's other pieces that I kind of layered underneath it, and then put this whole thing down the side. Then this page, I think this is my last one. This is as far as I got. I planned on going right here. I went and put my dates down for right here, but I ran out of enough stuff. So here are the last 2 pages that I was able to get done, which I think I got pretty far with this kit. There is still some stuff left over, but not enough to do like an entire 2 more pages unless I bring in a lot more of the premium matte, which I might go all the way through the first week. But because I have so many other kits that I love to use, the daily section is the perfect place for me to kind of experiment with other artwork and kind of play around with it. So you can see here that I still have much more of May to go, and I'm not sure which collection I'm going to use here, but I will pick one and put it in here so that I can continue out the rest of the month. I may even continue the La Dolce Vita kit. I may continue with it because I still had quite a few pages left. I just didn't keep going for the video, but I have lots of pages, got lots of days to go in the month of May. So anyways, don't forget, if you missed out on the subscription stays available through the 23rd of every single month. So if you order all the way up until the 23rd, this is the collection that you'll get. After the 23rd, you will get Aloha Leafy, which I know I've been putting sneak peeks of it up, but it's not complete yet, so I can't like give you an actual show of what it looks like. Tons of sneaks over on Instagram, so go check that over there. There's also some sneaks on my Facebook page. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you. I hope you guys liked this little setup video, give you some ideas on how I like to use my stickers, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.